Codebenders, check this out. This is an LLM text model that is currently playing Doom. This model was built by Mistral AI, une entreprise française, a French company who is a direct competitor to OpenAI, and who are actually a lot more deserving of the name OpenAI since those guys, unlike the actual OpenAI, are open source. By the end of this video, you're gonna get an overview of the capabilities of the model they have created, some examples of cool projects that you can build with it, and at the end, I'm gonna give you a starter code so that you can use that to build your own projects. The impressive thing with Mistral is that their Mistral large model is actually very comparable to GPT-4 in terms of performance. You see, it's not too far off while being cheaper in price. That's the thing, it's a cheaper model that is very close in performance. And when I think about open source, I always think back to this leaked document from Google where they basically say that open source is going to win over time just because of the collective efforts of vast amount of engineers. And there's a specific line in this document that really struck me, where they say that open source models are faster, more customizable, more private, and pound for pound more capable. They're doing things with $100 and 13 billion parameters that we struggle with $10 million and 540 billion parameters, which is very interesting. And right now, Mistral AI is the company that is the best positioned to win the AI race in the open source world. And on top of it, they actually announced a new base model a few days back. They're running a hackathon in San Francisco, and they announced this new model. It's Mistral 7B, so 7 billion parameters, version 0.2. It's a base model, so it can still be fine-tuned. They increased the context window and made the model more performant overall. And the context window, just to give you like a little idea of what it is, it's basically how much of the text the model can keep in memory. And obviously, the longer it is, the better replies it can give you because it's not forgetting any of the context that you have provided. The other interesting thing that came out from this hackathon were the projects that the people built because it shows the capabilities of Mistral. So I'm going to show a few of these, but first, if you guys yourself, you want to build some AI projects, but you don't have specific ideas that you want to build, you don't have something that is interesting and kind of unique, I've assembled a pack with 7 unique ideas of AI projects that you can build, some instructions on how to get started, like a bunch of little notes to just help you overall. It's available for free. There's a link in the description. You can just go sign up. You're going to get it right in your inbox. So check it out. So the very first project that we're going to be looking at is called the L'invite Parfait. This is basically an AI prompt creator. But a very unique aspect of this app that I've never seen before is that you're actually not writing the prompt. So you see this, there is this area for the system prompt, but you're not writing anything. What you're doing is that you're writing tests. So you're basically describing the behavior that you want, and then the AI is gonna test those behaviors. So basically you provide an input and then you provide an ideal output, which is like a test that the AI needs to pass with the prompt. So what's going to happen now is the AI is going to assemble the prompt by itself based on the test that you have provided. But the cool thing of this app is that it allows you to find optimized prompts very quickly. And I think there is a real business to make out of this because a lot of companies who are using those API models, they have no idea how to actually have optimized prompts. They read maybe some guidelines, they try a few things, but they don't have a clear metrics on how to optimize prompts to the maximum of its capabilities. And an approach like this one is going to help a lot with this. Another project that was very cool is this AI PacMan. So basically they provide screenshots of the PacMan game to a vision model. So this is Lava 1.5. And then they're instructing Mistral on how to play the game. So if I open the video right here, you see that this is the model who is playing the game. Like there's no like user, they're just running the game. And the AI model is basically taking screenshots of it and then deciding how to play based on that. And another project similar to this is this LM that is playing the Doom game. And here basically what they did is that they converted each frame of the game into a grid and then they trained the model, they fine-tuned the model based on data from this grid so that it recognizes patterns and it knows how to play. And you see that the AI is basically fully autonomously playing the game, and then you see here, this is the grid that is going live. And then the AI is just deciding what you're supposed to do. It's lagging a bit here, but you have to think, this was built in a hackathon in just 1 or 2 days. Imagine if they had a week to build it, 2, 3 weeks, or even months. It's really impressive. I've actually also built a project on my own, which is a resume worth estimator. So basically you take your resume, you upload it here in the app, it's going to load it, it's going to scan and read it, and it's going to give you a dollar value estimate of how much money you could be making with this resume, and just some tips on what you can improve. So if I load it here, you're going to see $150,000 worth. So you see here 150,000 like base salary worth, and then it provides me some factors for why it assigned this amount, and then things that I can improve to earn more basically. To build this, I use the Mistral large model, which is actually pretty easy to use. I'm going to show you the code right now. This is a Next.js app, so I'm going to define this in the internal API route. If you're using other frameworks, that works very similarly as well. So you see here, I'm importing the Mistral client. I'm importing the streaming helpers from the AI package. I'm defining the client here using the Mistral API key. To get the API key, you have to sign up on the Mistral website. This is the documentation of information about how to use the API. And just to get the key, you go on console.mistral.ai, you sign up, you add your payment information, then you can start using it. So if I come back to the code, so this is going to be a handler for a post request. So I'm going to extract the prompt from the request. Then I'm going to start the stream. I use the Mistral large latest model. And then here I just specify one message to the AI. And this is going to have my system prompt together with the prompt of the user that is injected, which is just the resume. Right, so here I provide just a little bit of context. Then I give like just a little bit more context. Then I assign tasks for what you're supposed to do. So here I'm saying basically that you have to read the resume and then provide a dollar estimate. And finally, I pass in the resume. Obviously, this is the input of the user. But the latest thing that I do is I specify an output format. And here you see that I'm going to basically specify some HTML because I want to be able to parse it on the UI. Like I want my UI to exactly know what am I getting from the AI and how can I parse it to show it in a nice way. So I'm using HTML because usually AIs, they know HTML pretty well since they're usually trained on the web, right? On web pages, basically. So they're pretty good at reading HTML syntax and outputting it. So that's what I'm using here. And then finally, I'm just returning a stream. That's all. Codebenders, thank you for watching. Don't forget to get your pack with the 7 project ideas. There's a link in the description. I'll see you guys soon. And in the meantime, you can watch this video next.